Download this code and get free GPT-4o from codegive.com, link in the description below. ## Understanding null pointer exception in Java. In Java, a null pointer exception, NPE, is a runtime exception that occurs when the Java Virtual Machine, JVM, attempts to use an object reference that has not been initialized, i.e., it points to null. This can happen in various scenarios, such as calling a method on a null object, accessing or modifying a field of a null object, or attempting to get the length of an array that is null. ### Common causes of null pointer exception. 1. Calling a method on a null reference. 2. Accessing a field of a null reference. 3. Trying to use an object that hasn't been instantiated. 4. Accessing an element of an array that is null. 5. Returning null from a method that is expected to return an object. ### Example of null pointer exception. Here's a simple code example that demonstrates how a null pointer exception can occur. ### Explanation of the example. 1. Declaration of person asterisk. The variable person is declared but not initialized, meaning it points to null. 2. Method call on a null object asterisk. When we try to call person.getName, the JVM sees that person is null and raises a null pointer exception. ### Handling null pointer exception. To avoid null pointer exception, you should always check for null before using an object. Use optional for potentially null values. Initialize variables properly. Use proper exception handling techniques. ### Example of preventing null pointer exception. Here's how you might modify the previous example to prevent a null pointer exception. ### Key takeaways. 1. Understanding the exception asterisk. Null pointer exception indicates that you are trying to use an object that hasn't been initialized. 2. Preventing the exception asterisk. Always check for null before accessing methods or fields. Use optional to handle nullable objects gracefully. 3. Debugging NPE asterisk. If you encounter a null pointer exception, carefully check the stack trace to determine where the null reference was accessed. By following these best practices and understanding the scenarios that lead to null pointer exception, you can write more robust Java applications that minimize the risk of encountering this common issue.